Well, I finally got loaded over there in Kansas City. I'm headed south down 49. And while I was sitting there at the shipper, I was watching one of my shows, and the lieutenant governor of the great state of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, man, that man can move to Texas any day and run for governor. Matter of fact, I hope one day after Trump gets back in office and leaves, I hope he runs for president. But he gave one of the best speeches I've heard in a long time, and I'm just going to play a little bit for you. Enjoy.
There's been too much sacrifice and service in our past for us to be the generation that says, well, I don't want them to say something bad about me. I don't want them to call me a homophobe and a bigot. So I'm going to just keep my mouth closed because I don't want no trouble. Imagine where you would be if somebody else didn't want no trouble. Imagine where this nation would have been if the men at Bunker Hill didn't want no trouble. They want to just stay in the house and say, I know the British are here to get our guns. Let them have them because I don't want no trouble. I just want to go out here and plant my farm and, do my blacksmithing and do my preaching. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble. Let them have it. I don't want no trouble. Imagine what it would have been like when the Democrats, and I call them the Democrats, decided they were going to make their own nation because they didn't like our Constitution. Does that sound familiar to you? Imagine what it would have been like if Americans had said, well, no, I ain't going to do nothing about that because I don't want no trouble. I don't want them saying that I'm a Negro lover, and I don't want nobody saying nothing about me. Imagine if the men at Gettysburg hadn't been there and Fredericksburg hadn't been there. Imagine what would have happened, my God, if when the Japanese had come here and bombed Pearl Harbor. If Americans had cowered and said, no, we can't go to war. Remember what happened the last time we went to war? We got all them letters on the doors, and all them boys came home under flags, and they were buried across the sea and never came back. We don't want no more trouble like that. Just let them have it. Let them have what they want to do. We got to deal with them Nazis. No, we don't want no trouble. Imagine what would have happened if we had just watched the communists continue to take nation after nation and hadn't stood up in Korea because we didn't want any trouble. Hadn't stood up in Vietnam because we didn't want any trouble. Hadn't stood up during the Gulf War because we didn't want any trouble. And hadn't stood up after 9/11 because we didn't want any trouble. See, trouble is good. Trouble is good. Yeah, it is. It's good. Sometimes it's good to run dead into it.
Run dead into it. I got to tell you, that's the voice of a leader right there. That's one of the most amazing couple of minutes from a political stage I've ever heard, and I do this for a living.